Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gents, I'm gonna turn down the music. This is gonna be an unusual video. Matter of fact, I think I'm gonna start doing this from now on. I've been telling people about doing notices of removal to federal district court when you are in a foreclosure proceeding. And I've been telling you that in order to do a notice of removal, you have to go online. Let's go there, please. Now, in my research this morning, this is what I pulled up. This is the United States Department of Agriculture Rural Development Form number 1940-16. Now remember, 1901.508 is the same part of the code. Now let me let y'all know why this is so important. This is their general form that they created. Do you notice how they put the Housing Act of 1949 in the document? Interesting, ain't it? And it says this note shall be subject to the present regulations of the government and to its future regulations, not inconsistent with the express provisions of this note. Do you know what some of those express provisions and regulations are? 1901.508. That's right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce this as part of our argument. Why am I doing that? Because the courts are pretending that this stuff isn't relevant. What do you mean they pretending? Well, you see, they taking you to state court when there are federal laws involved. So we're going to do it a removal due to lack of jurisdiction of the state court. And that's one of the things. I've already put that in one person's promissory notes. I've already put it online for y'all to see that. But let me explain to y'all what else is going on. Then I'm going to do my research and I'm going to talk it out so that you can hear and see how I do research and why I do it. We're going to put this information in the complaint so that we can say this is the general way things are supposed to go. Hey, General! Yeah, what can I do for you? Stand up straight, boy. All right. Now, let's get to what I did so y'all can see what I did. I don't care about all that other junk. This is what I typed in. United States? No. That's not what I want. I did foreclosures for the state of Illinois because this is one of the young ladies at the Illinois state whose mortgage they want to play games with. Sorry, I used the web page that I used to do the transfusion video. I used that to do my search, but that's not the search. I want to go to this search. United States of America, on behalf of its agency, Rural Housing Service, or successor agency, United States Department of Agriculture versus Delgado, etc. All. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a case for Illinois. Let me explain to you why this case is so important. Now, I don't have Pacer. Technically, all I have to do is put in my credit card information because my credit card information changed after 4 years of vacation. But I don't feel like doing that right now. It is not necessary. This is not a case that's going to help me. Okay? Lorena, Delgado, and Jose Mara. What up, boy? Anyway, unknown others and others. And this is a cause of action foreclosure for the 7th Circuit. 7th Circuit, ladies and gentlemen. Illinois Northern District Court. Real property foreclosure. Let's see what I get when I click on foreclosure. You see, we know that many people lose their foreclosure cases. Do you know why they lose their foreclosure cases? Well, I'll tell you. They lose their foreclosure cases because they bring up the wrong arguments. We want to do 7th District. Oh, I'm sorry. You see that right there? That thing that just popped up? That's this thing right here. This is called the drivers have been installed. This is called Driver Pack Solutions. Just type in Driver Pack Solution in Google, and basically what it does, it finds all your missing drivers. Instead of you having to download a driver locator software that wants to charge you, that one's free. Free. You hear me? Free. All right. I typed in notice of removal, federal court, Illinois. But what I had to go back and do, notice of removal to federal court. No, I have to leave that the same. So I type in forcible closure, FORECLOSUIE, forcible closure, Illinois. Okay, now this, you don't want that. That right there, please. You don't need them idiots. That ain't even got nothing to do with what we're looking for. That's advertisement, people. Notice of removal in a mortgage case. Notice of removal and foreclosure. See, also, this court has federal question. This is where we're going. This is somebody doing a notice of removal. Now, here's the thing. This is not going to be for Illinois. Now, you do know that I typed in Illinois. This is going to be for Florida. Florida. Now, how did I know it was going to be for Florida? Like I told y'all, I do this research thing for a living. No, I've already gone here. Okay. Now, this is right here. Larry Bradshaw. Y'all saw that was Larry. Okay, Larry did his notice of removal, but he bring up his federal question. Okay, now we have the United States District Court for the Northern District, and this is a mortgage of removal federal court under Illinois mortgage foreclosure law. That's by the bank doing a notice of removal. Now, why do I want this notice of removal by the bank? Okay, U.S. Bank Trust. As trustee, you see, this is the securitization trustee. Okay? Why do I want this? Well, the reason why I want this is because this is a bank. This is a bank putting forth their arguments. I've already downloaded and copied this. This is them asking for the court to issue the order to deliver the property for judgment for foreclosure and sale. Ladies and gentlemen, why did I pull this up? How can this help me? Well, let me explain to you what it says. The plaintiff filed its amended complaint, blah, blah, blah. This court granted the plaintiff's motion to substitute plaintiff. The defendant filed a motion to dismiss the amended complaint, which the court denied. Now, the reason why the court denied it, sorry, ladies and gentlemen, a case is filed, you don't substitute a plaintiff. Once that case has been entered into the record, you don't substitute a plaintiff. That's a violation of the defendant's rights. If they substituted a plaintiff, that means the plaintiff didn't have a right to bring the case in the first case, and that's what he should have been mentioning. Because they were the wrong plaintiff, means they filed the wrong suit. And I'd be going after them for that. Okay, let's get back to why I want to use this case. It's at the bottom. You always want to note that it's the bottom, right up in here. The defendant does not articulate any wrongful gain that the plaintiff achieved here. So now I articulate a wrongful gain. Mortgage default insurance. The so-called paid to the order of payment. The evidence of that. Their tax records. You see, I take the argument that's used by the bank and I get rid of defendant and I attach it to the plaintiff. And I don't say they don't articulate a wrongful gain. I now articulate a wrongful gain with the defendant. The plaintiff is entitled to enforce the note. No, they're not entitled to enforce the note. They've already been paid. They're not a holder in due course. And is entitled to possession of the secured property. Thank you. You said the property is secured. The property is not secured. The property was secured by a government loan. The government secured the loan. That's mortgage default insurance. You're not entitled to possession. You're entitled to file a claim. And because you forego filing that claim, you have no claim. Some of you who deal with law, you will understand the arguments that I'm bringing forth. But that's too simple an argument. No, it isn't. Let me clear my throat. Hold on. Sorry, as you see, it's 7:29 in the morning. Okay. So those of you who think that I'm not up doing things, I keep telling y'all, I'm up. Well, technically I wake up at 6:35 every single morning. Sometimes I wake up at 5, but if I don't wake up at 5 Let's say like last night, I went to sleep around 10. Woke up at 6:35. Approximately 9 hours worth of sleep. Got up twice during the night to send a water bill to Obama. Well, actually, they having a drought in the White House, so I wanted to help them with their drought situation. So I gave them 2 deposits last night. But nonetheless, got my 9 hours of sleep. That being the case, 7:39, got to clear my throat early in the morning. Wasn't prepared to be talking. Prepared to be doing this research for this young lady so I could put together her notice of removal. Now, what they do is they give me case law here. The plaintiff who acts unfairly and deceitfully or in bad faith may not go through equity to seek to gain from that transgression. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I got tons of transgressions and proof that they have acted deceitfully and unfairly. You see, this is the equitable doctrine. Equity will not help where there has been wrongful conduct on the part of the plaintiff, the one seeking equity. So if the defendant is seeking equity, the equity doctrine will not help. They give me the case law. Thank you. This applies to Illinois. But no, it doesn't. This is the 7th Circuit. Where's the other one from? Oh, they're both the 7th Circuit, so they all apply to Illinois. This maxim, this is what I've asked people to do. I did it on video. I said, y'all, this is what y'all need to do. And nobody did it. Okay? Uh-oh. Equity principles. Equity principles of law. That's what I want. Equitable principles of law. I could go to Wikipedia, but let's go here, because it says general principles of law and equity. So let's go here. Come on, hurry up. I'm doing a lot of things, y'all, on this computer. Plus, I haven't shut it off in over 2 days. No. I need a list. That don't give me a list. They just give me a general synopsis, which means that they're not worth my time. I'll probably go to Wikipedia because they'll probably list it. You see, development of principles of equity and contract, principle contract law equity, part 1, history of equity, principles of equity, practice procedures, equity. No, none of that. None of that was what I need. So we're going to go to wicked maxims of equity. That's what we want, y'all. We want maxims. Okay, so let's get that list of maxims. See? Here it is. So let's go down. Now, what I want, didn't want that. I said what I want, and it gave me what it wanted. When the music softly playing, her lips were gently sighing, honey, I love you. I love you. You helped me in the desperation. I know it was expectation, the law of expectancy. She walked out, y'all. She just walked out. Said, I don't want to be here no more. Now let's open up a new one. Let's see. Control N. Don't you just like Control N, the shortcuts? I did Control N as in Nancy and opened up a shortcut. And now, oh, well, see, the reason why I say don't you just like it, because before I would have to go here, and then I'd have to go open, then I'd have to go, oh, I'm sorry, I had to go new, then I have to click on that. That's a lot of clicking, ain't it? Or I would have to go up here and I'd have to click on that. Now that's a shortcut too. I put that up there on purpose. However, I just wanted to say Control N. Controlling N. The role of maxim, list of maxims. Equity sees that as done what ought be done. Okay, equity will take care of whatever needs to be taken care of. Equity will not suffer a wrong to be without a remedy. Equity delights in equity. Equality is equity. Equality is equity. Didn't you just say that, idiots? One who seeks equity must do equity. Equity aids the diligent, not those who slumber on their rights. These are all of their equitable rights. Well, what's equity? Equity will take jurisdiction to avoid multiplicity of suits. You see, that right there is to let you know the courts are operating under equity. All of them. Because they're administrative. He who comes into equity must come with clean hands. So, now that we got that out of the way, let me show you why we do that. Because of this. These idiots mention the doctrine of clean hands, and they say equitable relief must gain, not refuse. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, while I'm doing this research this morning, I say I'm not going to be bothered. So I think, the young lady whose mortgage I'm working on left me a couple of messages. So hold on. Oh, no. This was someone else. So he will have to not bother me this morning because I'm working on this and I am going to make sure I finish what I'm working on. Sorry, the phone ringer is turned off. The notification sounds are turned off so I can focus on this. That's why I pulled up the maxims of equity so that you can know the maxims of equity. Okay, notice what it says. The defendant also alludes that the National Bank Act of 1864 in her answer does not articulate how any provision of the 1864 Act would prevent judgment from being entered against her in this case. The defendant failed to establish that the National Bank Act provides for a private right of action today and articulates any basis in which a private defendant borrower may evade judgment being entered under the Illinois mortgage foreclosure law after a proven default. You see, people, they're saying that she defaulted. She did not go after them for breach of contract, breach of trust. We go after breach of contract, breach of trust. Oh, by the way, the Illinois mortgage, now pay attention to what we're saying here. This is why I pulled this up. The Illinois mortgage foreclosure law, which I'm now going to use, is exactly what the borrower will prove that they can evade judgment under. Because why? Because here it is. They proven default. Well then, thank you. Where's the mortgage default insurance? The defendant is protected by contract from mortgage default. That's why I do this, ladies and gentlemen. What I do is I take their junk and use it against them. Look, let's take a look at this case here, 1986. The burden on the moving party may be discharged by showing, that is, pointing out to the district court that there's an absence of evidence to support the non-moving party. We're going to be the moving party, y'all. And we are going to have everything proved that they're not going to bring no evidence proving that they haven't been paid. We are going to claim they have been paid. And guess what? I'm going to send them an hour's stock money order and let them argue. Okay, by the way, I have a lot of things to do, so I'm showing you guys how to do the research so you won't call me and ask me to do your stuff for you, because I charge now. I am doing this lady's paperwork, and as I told her, I have no choice but to charge her because I got too much work on my hand. I got a workload. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I done told y'all, look up notice of removal. Let's pay attention to this right here. This gives you the rules for which a notice of removal may be brought. Okay? See that? That gives you the rules. So go over those rules. Wait. Shut up. Take a look how simple the rules are. It's not 18 pages. So those of you who are thinking about doing a notice of removal, if you haven't paid attention to what I said and gone over what allows you to do a notice of removal, and this is the best place to do it because you get to do that. Come on, computer. I'm a little bit further away from the Wi-Fi connection, so blah, 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 blah. You can do diversity of citizenship. I do diversity of citizenship, but you don't do diversity of citizenship because you wouldn't know what to do with a diversity of citizenship. You would not know how to look up what does diversity of citizenship mean. That's what I do. I look up definitions. Okay, I got some crackheads out there saying I don't understand law, that I'm misinterpreting statute. Ladies and gentlemen, how could I be misinterpreting statute when I look at cases? Sorry, I went back too far. Come on now. Uh-oh, I didn't go back too far. It won't let me go back to where I was. Oh well. I'm just gonna have to just, what's this? Wait a minute. This is where I want it to be, ain't it, y'all? Interesting. I don't know where that other window came up at. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, Snowden. I just watched the movie Snowden. Eric Snowden. They did a movie. Michael Cage is in it and a couple other people. Ladies and gentlemen, I like that stupid movie. I didn't know Snowden was all that. And that boy was something else, ain't he? And he was only 29? Man, shoved his foot right up there. That's what he went through. What people pulling him to the side and moving him on up the ranks. That's been my life. So I can somewhat relate to him. I don't do computer coding. He did computer coding. I don't do computer coding. The same thing he did with computers, I do with government. I do with their policies, their procedures. As I said, I have been studying their policies and procedures for quite some time. Hey, somebody, can y'all help the Neville brothers tell it like it is? That's all they want y'all to understand. They just want y'all to understand how things is. And so they're going to tell y'all like it is. Now, we went here and we did principles of equity law. Let's go back. I got to get back to the screen so I can finish my exercise. Okay, I opened a new window. Good. We can get rid of the principles of equity and we can go back to foreclosure. I'm not looking for docketing filings. This is the one on behalf of the United States of America Rural Development against Delgado. What I'm looking for, and that's what I'm doing, ladies and gentlemen, I'm looking for a notice of removal to Federal District Court, Illinois. And usually I'm looking for the one by the bank who does a notice of removal. This is the promissory note form for the USDA. Okay? Pull that up because like I told you, I need that information. This is Federal Reporter. No, Illinois cases, dockets filing. That's the Rural Development against Delgado again. Topics of interest, Federal Reporter. Don't care about the Federal Reporter. I'm looking for Rotterdam Convention. Share responsibility. Anyway, trust fund, fact sheet. Not interested in that? Not right now. The other one said Louisiana Historical Association. I don't care about no Nelson Rockefeller. That ain't got nothing to do with what I'm looking for. Oh, that's why. Look at that. That's why I can't find what I'm looking for. I'm on the wrong search bar. See, we're gonna leave that one up there. Let's see if the other ones are here. Nope, all gone. Notice of removal, Circuit Court. See, it was already up there, so we're gonna go from here. We're gonna tell it like it is. The defendant seeking notice of removal, this is where the defendant loses. Okay, there are two things you must know when you do your notice of removal. You're going to do a counter lawsuit. You're going to put in a counter demand for 3 times the value of the original mortgage. Okay? And after you do that, then you're going to demand a jury trial. Whew, man, you're going to catch them off guard. By the way, when it goes to federal court, it becomes a new case, a new filing, new jurisdiction, which means you can do the notice of removal and counterclaim and jury demand all in the same document. I know. How does he know all of this? Okay. Oh, by the way, when I tell you you can do it, do your research and see. And then if somebody says you can't do it, please You say, how come? Why not? Ladies and gentlemen, removal to federal court, new rules. New rules. Making it a federal case. New developments. Is presented by Kevin Sheriffo. Or Sherifer. Okay? Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? It's Indianapolis. They got new rules. Amendments to removal statute. Let's read this if y'all don't mind, because I said this is about research, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, I want y'all to pay attention. I want y'all to pay attention. We ain't reading all of this. Told y'all I hate reading. Hate it. Anyway, the Federal Court Jurisdiction and Venue Clarification Act of 2011, the Act, okay, took effect January 2012. It applies to all states, and federal actions commenced after this date. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen, this applies to all of you in every single state you exist in addition to reorganizing and reformatting many of the statutory provisions within Title 28 of the United States Code, which is the Judiciary Act. Title 28 is the Judiciary Act. The Act includes significant changes and clarifications on the rules governing removals, amounting controversy, diversity, jurisdiction, and venue. Look, amounting controversy, rules governing removal, amendments to removal statute. Let's see, because they say, one court said, well, he can't remove it because it's not a state action, this was a bankruptcy court action, and blah, blah, blah. Let's see if the rules allow that, because I'm certain they do, because I've done it. In cases of multiple defendants who might be served at different times, the Act specifies that each defendant has 30 days from the date of its own date of service of the initial pleading or summons in which to seek removal of the action in federal court. If the defendants are served on different dates, as an earlier served defendant may join in or consent to removal by a latter served defendant, even if the earlier served defendant did not previously file for or consent to the removal within 30 days time period. Codifying Current Practice Act requires that all defendants who have been served must join in and consent to the removal. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what they did to y'all. If they make it multiple defendants, what they're going to do is they're going to say, hey, you can't do a removal by yourself. See, in the past, people used that to really slow things down. So now they're saying everybody, all the defendants have to agree. No, they don't. You get it separated. You get yourself removed as a separate party. Why? Because you guys didn't join in no conspiracy. The plaintiff named you all together. That's not your fault. Okay? You want to be separate. Okay? Can't explain to you why you want to be separate. You have to do the research. It's not my job to tell you what to do. My job to show you what I do. Now, let's go back up here. I got touchscreen. What am I doing here? The defendant seeking removal to federal court. Right here. Oh, let's use the mouse so that y'all can see where I am. Defendant seeking removal to federal court under Title 28, subsection. That's what the 2S is for. Subsection 1441. That's the removal code. Must do. So according to procedures under 28 U.S.C. 1446, still the removal code, prior to the amendment, Section 446 required the defendant or defendants desiring to remove an action file a notice of removal. The old section provided that a notice of removal shall be filed within 30 days after receipt by the defendant, or through services or otherwise. You know what the otherwise is? Through the mail. Of a copy of the initial pleading. And within 30 days after the service of summons on the defendant, if such initial pleadings have been filed in a court, and it's not required to be served on the defendant, whichever period is shorter. The new section 1446 specifies that each defendant shall have 30 days of receipt of blah blah blah. That's what we just read. This new version resolves the circuit split over the time of removal in multiple defendant cases and clears up any ambiguity over the applicable rule. The new 30-day period begins when each defendant receives the complaint. We just read that. It also eliminates the potential perverse incentive system, creates the first serve rule, which encourages the plaintiff who wishes to remain in state court to serve a defendant who is indifferent to removal, and then to wait to serve the other defendants who are more likely to wish removal. Ladies and gentlemen, did you see what the objective was? It was to prevent you all from doing notice of removal. That's why they name multiple defendants, because their objective is to keep it in state court. So the way you get around that is you do a notice of removal. What do you mean? Well, see, by doing a notice of removal, even though they claim you can't, you still try. You don't accept no. You keep trying. Why? Because that's going to delay things. Remember, that was the purpose of them doing that. They did not want to delay anything. So that's why they changed the rule. Anyway, beyond these changes, the new section 1446 also codifies the judicially created rule of unanimity by providing that all the defendants who have been properly joined and served must join in or consent to the removal of action. Exactly. Unanimity. Unanimous, it's a unanimous decision. And anticipating that the latter served defendants may seek removal, even if the earlier served defendant has chosen not to, the new section 1446 says the defendant served at different times and later served defendant files a notice of removal. Any earlier served defendant must consent to removal even though that defendant served did not previously initiate or consent to removal. Okay, whatever. Now, I need to get past the notice of removal. Let's do 1441. Now provides that when a state court case includes a removable federal claim and a claim not within the original or supplemental jurisdiction of the district court, or a claim that has been made non-removable by statute, a defendant can still remove the entire action if the action would be removable without the inclusion of the non-removable claim. However, after such a case is removed, the federal district court must serve a non-removable claim from the action, or sever, and shall remand the severed claim to the state court for which the action has been removed. Ladies and gentlemen, that means you'll have two cases going on, one state, one federal. It's okay, I don't mind. Alright, let's get rid of that. We got the monetary amount. It says 28-1446 right here. Okay. To allow defendant notice of removal to assert any amount of controversy if the complaint seeks non-monetary relief. And that's right, ladies and gentlemen, you can file a non-monetary relief complaint, and the amount of damages is not permitted to be set forth in the state court complaint. The act specifies that a district court must find by a preponderance of evidence that the amount in controversy exceeds the statutory minimum in order to remove the action. Statutory minimum is $75,000. 3 times the amount of the value of the property. That's your statutory minimum. Excess is the value of the property. Alright, let's not worried about venue. Not worried about venue provisions. Narrowing diversity to jurisdiction. Well, we knew they were going to do that. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it. We now know that the new rules do not say anything about barring bankruptcy court. But it's entitled Notice of Removal from State Court to Federal Court. I know what it's entitled. But nothing in the rule says that you cannot remove from Bankruptcy Court. Let me see if I can explain to you. Doing a Notice of Removal from State Court to Federal Court, where in the law does it say such a thing is allowed? Those are two different jurisdictions. Like I told you, when you remove it from State Court to Federal Court, it now becomes a new case. And now you can amend or not amend. You don't want to say it's amended. You can now add things like jury trial, an amount, a countersuit. Because you're in a different jurisdiction. Different jurisdiction, new case. How do we know it's a new case? Because it receives a new case number. If it was the same case, it would keep the same case number and it would move to federal court. But no, it becomes a new case. That's why they can leave the unremovable point in the state court. Because it's two different cases. Two different jurisdictions. And so, by moving it to federal district court, we're creating a new case and we are doing our notice of removal from bankruptcy court. But they're going to say you can't do that. Let them say it. And then you appeal it. Because there is nothing which prevents that. Venue, notice of removal, venue removal. No, I'm not looking for that. Like I said, I'm looking for an actual case. And I would prefer a bank case. That's why I typed in foreclosure. Yeah, we got to go forward. I need the case. Like I said, this ain't easy. And I told the young lady who I was doing this for, I told her this was going to require a lot more out of me. But because I do feel sorry for the young lady. I know she doesn't have a lot of ducats, so I mentioned to her I can only charge her for the time. So I figured while I'm doing this, I would let you all know to let you know that you don't need me or anybody like me to do it for you. However, if you don't do your research, you're going to run into a lot of problems. Okay? Look, as a general expectation, I've already told you all, oh, we haven't talked about that. We've talked a little bit about it. All right, we're going to pause that because you guys need to know about this. James, you go ahead and tell them that's the way you feel. Oh, by the way, that's the music in my cell phone. Okay, so when I'm on the plane and they're saying, ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned on the fasten seatbelt signs. We're experiencing a little turbulence, and so as we go through this turbulence, as you're bouncing up and down, and if you stand up in the middle of an hour, look like you're dancing, and look like you come from an African American background. Yes, I made a joke. Anyway, ladies, I'm sorry. Y'all are gonna hate me for this, but his name, what was that idiot's name? I think his name was Robert. I don't remember. Met him in New Mexico. Arizona. Turned out to be a punk. His name was Robert. No, Bobby. Bobby. Robert, Bobby. But his name was Bobby. And Bobby was in the cell next to me. And we were in lockdown. And Bobby said, hey, I got a joke for you. I said, okay. He said, no, don't get mad. I said, why would I get mad at a joke? He said, well, just, okay, here's the joke. So he said, why do black people have a chicken for a pet? I'm thinking, oh, this is going to be a stupid joke. I don't know. Why do black people have a chicken for a pet? He said, they teach their children how to walk. Ladies and gentlemen, if my side wasn't killing me for the next 10 minutes, and here over 20 years, I've been laughing at that stupid joke ever since. Yes, it's a derogatory joke. Yes, it's a very bad one. Oh God, it does so much damage to our relations as a people and our moving forward as a nation. But that joke is hilarious. Especially when we go back and we look at the stupid movies that so many blacks did in the 70s. And the way they would walk. And sugar daddies and sweet daddies. Y'all know. And then you got Jimmy Walker. Hold on one second. Look, my girl right here is letting you know that she is Misty Blue. Why? Because we won't take responsibility for the stupidity done in the 70s. Go back and look at those stupid shows and tell me the stupidity done in the 50s, the 40s, the 30s, the 20s. And don't get me wrong, the so-called white actors who put on blackface, that's even more stupid. We have to take responsibility because we are man. We can't blame another person, another race, another culture. We are man. We're all responsible. We're all being held accountable. And nobody's paying attention to that. You people are out there talking about race and power and black this and white that and Asian this and yellow that and green this and red that and brown this. Look, y'all can kiss this for all I care. Because that's all ignorance. We are all man. Wool man, black man, white man, green man, purple man, orange man. We are all man. So we need to stop this diversity of man. There is no such thing. Ignorance breeds ignorance. I'm not ignorant. And by the simple fact you say you're not ignorant shows that you're ignorant. If you're not ignorant, you don't need to tell nobody you're not ignorant. Because it will stand as a fact. I ain't stupid. Point made. And I've had so many people tell me stupid things like that. But I know you're not calling me stupid. I said it once. So you're right. I'm not calling you stupid. See, if I say it once, I'm not making it a habit. So you can't add ing. So I called you stupid. That's different than calling you. You're stupid. No, I said you're stupid. Now I'm calling you stupid because I said it more than once. Some of you will get it. Anyway, but you're hurting people's feelings when you say things like that. I ain't got time to be tiptoeing and watching out for eggshells. I don't care about your feelings. Your feelings ain't got nothing to do with reality. Your feelings, that's a personal issue which you got to get over. If your feelings are so sensitive that you can't get past the street light because the person in front of you just stepped on their brake a little bit too hard and they caused your head to bob forward and now you can't move because that hurt your feelings, knock yourself out. I ain't got time to deal with worrying about hurting your feelings. But you're Jehovah's Witness. You people are taught how to not hurt people's feelings and how to get along and how to... Yes, we are. But again, I ain't got time to be tiptoeing around your feelings. I don't care about your feelings. Your feelings ain't got nothing to do with you losing your house. Your feelings ain't got nothing to do with you paying your next payment on your car note. Your feelings ain't got nothing to do with you getting out of jail. Now go back and think about all that. I ain't got time because I'm trying to help people. And I cannot help you the way you want me to help you. I can help you only one way. And that is irrespective of your stupid feelings. See, you just said stupid again. That's right, because we don't have time to be playing around with words, people. I'm not going to sit up here and worry about telling you the way things are and using a particular word that you think is offensive. I'm not here to cater to your feelings or to tiptoe around everything or to redo everything just so it is pleasing to you. You see, the reason why I don't have hundreds of thousands of people watching my videos is because they can't handle it. And I'm okay with that. I really am okay with that. Do I go out of my way to hurt people's feelings? No. I tell this little story and then we'll get back to the notice of removal. Okay, I'm just letting you know in this video how I do the research. But I have a friend, a young man who I have known for over 25 years. Okay, this young man and I got separated. Best friend. I can tell you he's a best friend. I can tell you that I do care about this young man. He is somebody I took underneath my wing. And sorry, I'm laughing because I took him underneath my wing. Many of the people who I spend a lot of time around tend to pick up my way of doing things. Not because of anything other than the fact they see the logic behind it. And so before we stopped talking, because he pissed me off, we stopped talking for 2012 until currently. No, it wasn't 2012. No, I think about it, that was 2010. So 2010 to 2016, 6 years. But when I got in touch with him again, nothing changed. Okay, we're still the same, still have the same conversation, still go through the same things. The only thing is, I had to explain to him that I've done a lot of growing over the last 6 years, that I've changed, that I've acquired a little bit more patience, that I don't get offended by things as quickly. Okay, that things don't get to me, that I've learned to let things go. So, ladies and gentlemen, when I was in Illinois, I said, all right, let me give him a call, let him know that if he wants, because he lives in LA, with his family, with his kids, who I haven't seen his kids in, since 2008. So that's 8 years. One of them is going on 19 years old. Known this one since he was born. Can't say his name because he ain't into all of this stuff right here, and I'm not going to embarrass him like that. But I find out he's doing okay, and I'm happy. Happy that my boy's got his family, taking care of his kids. I think he has too many kids. God, has over 6 kids. What are you doing out there? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I told him if he had time, we could hook up while I was in LA for a short spell Monday. And then I would leave from him to come back here. He didn't have time. It was at the last minute, but he was afraid to tell me that. The reason why I know he was afraid to tell me that because I know him. We spent a lot of time together. I know his personality. I know how he thinks. And so I tried calling him on Monday. He was thinking that I was calling him to confirm our meeting up. What he didn't know is I was calling him to let him know, don't worry about it. I understood that he didn't have time. He was afraid of disappointing me. A lot of people are afraid of disappointing me. You can't disappoint me. I'm the only one who can disappoint me. Ron didn't disappoint me. I disappointed myself because I took too long to explain to everybody what I was allowing to prove a point. Well, anyway, getting back to my friend. I called him last night. He didn't answer. Now, you know the reason why he didn't answer me Monday and the reason why he didn't answer me last night is because he was not wanting to hear disappointment. Because in the past, I would have told him, why didn't you just call me? Why didn't you just tell me? I would have told him all of that. But this time, I just wrote him and I said, you know, I was calling you to let you know everything was okay. And I was also calling you to let you know this past night, to let you know that there's no problem. There's no need for forgiveness. It's not a problem. So you can forgive yourself because it's not a problem. Because see what would have happened? The same as the last time that he disappointed me. 6 years went by. Okay? Because he would be afraid to deal with the disappointment. So I basically wrote him and told him, don't worry about it. Done a lot of growing over the last 6 years. Learned to be more patient. So I'm not the same person that I was. Personality is the same, but I look at things differently. I said, so you don't have to worry about calling. We are past that. There's no issue. So he calls me back and he gives me an excuse. Ladies and gentlemen, I understood why the excuse was. The excuse was his apology. Do you know how I know that him saying that, well, this happened and that happened was an excuse? Because I know him. I know how he thinks. You see, my father used to do something with us when we were kids. We'd be driving. Like I said, we took those long trips. And he'd say, all right, so what's on your mind? Huh? What are you thinking about? What do you mean, what am I thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? And so we got into the habit of telling him what was on our mind. Ladies and gentlemen, a very good exercise to do with your children. Well, see, I did this with my friends. We'd be driving, and he drove with me all the way to Virginia from California. And then from Virginia to New York. Ladies and gentlemen, I would ask him, so what's on your mind? He couldn't handle it at first. When we first became friends, he couldn't handle it. But after a while, ladies and gentlemen, he tells me what's on his mind. Now, why is that so important? Because when we hold things in and we tend to handle everything by ourselves, it doesn't work. So when I ask him what's on his mind, I get to see how he thinks. So when I say I know him, I know him. So I say to all of you, it is not a matter of hurting people's feelings. It's not a matter of friends. It's a matter of we don't have time. All right, let me get back to expectation. I mentioned to all of you the other day about me creating up the theory. Creating up. Let's do this. I don't feel like doing all the typing, so I'm going to type copy. Let's do that. See, I did all the typing. The law of expectation. The law of total expectation. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't have the law of total expectation, but I'm interested in finding out what it is. A provision of the probability theory, known as the law of total expectation. That's what I want to see. See, I've come up with the expectation theory. Okay, but this is the a course in probability. I don't deal with probability. I deal with this word right here, expectation. There is expectancy in everything you do. See, this is what their law of total expectation, application of the law for providing that the product expectation is the product's expectation. Oh, that's stupid. Okay, what I'm dealing with when I speak of the law of expectancy, see, look at this. But I like this. I like this. See, it says the general statement of the result makes reference to the probability space, of which the two sub-algebra are defined for the random variable x on such a space, and smoothing law states, look, these figures I've not studied. I can't tell you what this symbol is. Yes, I can. I know what that symbol is. I also know about random variables. That's physics, especially quantum. Okay, I know things that I should not know. And I'm impressed with that because somebody equated it. Everything is mathematics, people. That's why I'm impressed with this, because they just prove that everything is mathematics. Everything, including probability. Okay? Probability is not expectancy. Ladies and gentlemen, let's do that. Let's go to probability theory. Okay, probability theory is a branch of mathematics concerned with probability. Okay, probability is not expectancy. They don't even mean the same thing. Okay, however, understanding that in life there are probabilities, cause and effect, causality. There are probabilities. Okay, so we have a theory that is broken down in mathematics that lets you know that it works out. That's the only thing I like about Wikipedia. And I said Wicked, not Wicca. Wikipedia. Because Wikipedia is a site that allows you to enjoy your opinion, to put what you think. And I don't like that. And it doesn't list its author. Now, it says the law of expectation is the first law of money. No. The law of expectation, you can expect great things. No, no, no. None of this is the theory of expectancy. The law of expectancy. Let's see. I'm interested. Ladies and gentlemen, I am interested. Expectation, expectancy. Come on, youngster. Where you at? There's something that I want to say, but words sometimes get in the way. Freddie Jackson, y'all. He just wants to show his feelings for me.
Hello and welcome to my 2-minute King's Talk. Today's topic is the law of
Now, youngster, and I say he's a youngster.
expectation. Say that with me. The law of expectation. Expectation is simply anticipating something coming. Jesus says it this way in Mark chapter 11 verse 22. He says, have faith in God.
Okay, have faith also in me. This is the 14th chapter. No, this is not, no, I thought it was something else when he says have faith in God, have faith also in me. Yeah, that's the other one that says, have faith in God, have faith also in me, that in the house of blah, blah, blah. Okay, no, this is not what I was expecting. Did I just say that? I'd rather have this one. Oh God, he's another. No.
Ask yourself.
He's a preacher. The power of faith and expectation. Okay, I wasn't dealing with that. That's not the law of expectation. It's not religious. People, it is not religious. Oh God. So anyway, expectancy is the issue. Oh well, can't do that. I can't show you that way because these people have taken this phrase and they've come up with their own understanding. Okay, look at that. Christian, the key to believing in God. Ladies and gentlemen, this has nothing, well, technically it does have something to do with that, but the law of expectation has nothing to do with that. The law of expectation simply says is that if there is any type of cause, of action, of thing, of reality, then there is expectancy associated with it. For instance, you watch these videos, you're expecting to hear me say something. And those of you, if the video says mortgage, you're expecting me to say something about mortgage. See, the law of expectation sermon, please. The law of expectancy, and that's my coined phrase, is that if there is an existence, anything, that expectancy is associated with it. Let's get back to the notice of removal and the research associated with the notice of removal. Let's get rid of you. And let's go to this notice of removal for the District Court of Illinois. I've already pulled this up. And this is eBay and the city of Chicago, Illinois. And eBay was having a problem, so they did a notice of removal. Okay? Now, when eBay did its notice of removal, it'll be okay for you guys to take a look, not at because it's eBay, but notice the arguments that are being used. Let's go here. The defendant eBay was, at the time of this action was commenced and continued to be a Delaware corporation with its principal place of business in California. See, eBay is located in Delaware, principal place of business. Now, here's the problem with eBay. Now, it says, while the city's complaint does not set forth a specific sum of damages sought against eBay, it is apparent that the amount in controversy is in excess of $75,000, exclusive interest and costs. Among other things, the city claims that eBay is facilitated the resale of thousands of tickets to amusements taking place in the city of Chicago from 2000 to the present. Yeah, because they allow tickets to be sold, the city wants to get paid. Some lawyer put this together. So now they're saying, as of the date of the complaint was filed, the maximum fines that could be levied under the city's approach equaled $75,000. Okay, the rule, I believe, is excess of $75,000. That's a stupid argument for this attorney to bring forth. You leave that $75,000 alone. If they don't want it removed the federal district court, and I don't know why they wouldn't want it removed the federal district court, their lawyers would be able to do a whole lot better. Pursuant to 1446, a copy of this notice of removal was filed with eBay is asking for it to be removed. Oh, okay, so it wasn't a baseless argument. It's actually a very good argument, because they're asking for it to be removed. They're saying it exceeds $75,000. So the city, thank you, you want to keep it in your court because it's the city of Chicago, Illinois. They want to keep it in their court where their attorneys know the judges. And eBay is saying, what the, we going to take this to federal court. You may know the judges, but you don't know them that well. And so they're removing it, and they're saying it exceeds $75,000. Okay, there you go. Good. Motion, notice of removal. But I want one from a bank. Wait, no, that's the wrong one. Dang it. That's right, I did do that. Sorry, that's me. I'm getting ready to do some other things. And I should tell you that too, ladies and gentlemen. those of you who are doing the name change, I tried to put a power of attorney on the record here in the county of Los Angeles, and the county recorder's office refused. They saw that I put my name in all lowercase, and they refused. Taking control of my securities is what I'm doing, and they refuse. So I've been on the phone calling people. They don't understand me. So I know where I can do it, and I won't have any problems. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have it done in a different state. Now, the LA County has their, let me see if I can find it because I opened it up. This is their forms. That's LA County forms. Let's see. They have a particular form. Let's bring this up because do y'all like my girl here, Minnie Riperton? My uncle loved this song. When I was a kid, this is all he wanted to hear. La 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 la. He just liked it. But I like the song because I grew up listening to it. Now, these are their forms, but these are the court forms. I don't want the court forms. I want the county forms. See, that's LA Court. And I need LA Court. No, let's keep LA Court there. I am looking for not that. Not that. This is it. This is it. This is it. This is it. The LA County Recorder told me it could not file my power of attorney. I was upset. Look, let's look at the definitions and look at that. Power of attorney. Ladies and gentlemen, instrument used to appoint an attorney in fact, to evidence the delegation from a principal authorizing another person as an agent to principal to act for his or her name as a designated capacity, in a designated capacity. The signature of the principal must be notarized. Well, ladies and gentlemen, my power of attorney was notarized. That's the only requirement. This is not my requirement. This is, hold on. The LA County Register Recorder's Office. These are their document types and definitions. So we did the power of attorney. But there wasn't just a power of attorney. What was the other document? Give me. Oh, this is my girl. Y'all all know my girl, Natalie. She's got love on her mind, y'all. Can y'all help her with that problem? Look, somebody just sent me a message saying they're very proud of me because of the video I did yesterday talking about how people try to manipulate people. They want to see a fight. Ladies, don't be proud of me. Gentlemen, don't be proud of me. I'm only speaking truth. Now, the other document, we have the power of attorney, and we needed to do the fictitious name filing. So, when you're doing a fictitious name filing, general information, let's see if we can find the fictitious name. Yeah, see, records, publications, contracts. Where did she tell me it was under? Adoption and name changes, birth record requests. See, I don't see it. Well, let's do this. Records. Made me very, 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 very happy. Real estate records. No. Financial statements. See, they do UCCs, but I'm not here to do no UCC. I wanted to show you the form, the process. We got PDF editor. Let's see what form is this. Come on, open up PDF editor. I've got love. Oh, no, that's really. I already have the PDF editor downloaded. Oh, that means I downloaded it again. Okay. They say I can't hear it. Can you say it to me one more time? Whoa. oh, I like the way you say it when you say it to me. Yeah. Let's see. I know I have it. Articles of incorporation, no. Exemption. Oh, and I go exempt on my document. See, California exemption status. I go exempt. My corporation is exempt. There's the California power of attorney. Oh, well, yeah, let's show you this. You see, this is their power of attorney. Now, their power of attorney has something else that you all don't know about. It's called a durable power of attorney. It says it includes an optional durable power of attorney. And that's this section down here. I know, make it larger so y'all can see it. You need to get love off y'all mind so y'all can focus. Okay? Durable power of attorney. The legal duty to act solely in the interest of the principal and avoid conflicts of interest. Ladies and gentlemen, durable power of attorney, you know what that does? That makes it a limited power of attorney. But here's the point. Make sure y'all understand what their power of attorney does. Their power of attorney is a general power of attorney, not a power of attorney general. No, a general power of attorney. Why general? Because the legal definition for the word general means all-inclusive. So it's total power. Yeah. Whoa. My song. Close your eyes. I'll love you. I'm so into you. Oh. I'm so into you. I'm so into you. Anyway. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen. This, notice what it says. Giving and granting unto my said attorney full power and authority. Excuse me? Why would I want to give an attorney full power and authority? My said attorney is empowered hereby to determine in his sole or her sole discretion the time, when, purpose. No. Attorney doesn't get the sole discretion. But like I told you, ladies and gentlemen, their power of attorney has a spot for recording. You guys remember that you put that at the top of your documents when you're recording it? It's the same thing. My document is labeled power of attorney. And revocation of power of attorney. Okay, they said no, that my document did not conform. So I went online and I found their document. So I'm going to slap their document in their face and I'm going to say, excuse me, what'd you say? What the, you say? And they're going to say, sir, your document does not blah, 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 blah. Okay, give me specificity. Who? Specificity. You guys know what specificity is? Be specific, mother... They're not going to. Why? Because of crack. Crack is a very powerful weapon. Look, this is the fee waiver form from the United States Federal District Court. I have a... Let's see if I can... Well... I don't have to do it that way. I can show it to you this way. No, that's not it. That's not it either. That's not it either. That's not it either. And it's not going to be any of these. We got this right here. Yeah, it's not going to be any of these. So I'm going to have to open it. Give me 1 second. File. Open. Recent. I need the fee waiver. Come on, fee waiver. Should have been one of the recent. There it is right there. It's already open. Hold on. It looks like it's doing something. I don't know. I must have put it at the bottom. Nope, I didn't put it at the bottom. This is the power of attorney. Then how come fee waiver? Oh, because it's still opening. Like I said, I got a lot of things going on. So let's minimize these. And we'll get rid of you. I just want to show you. I have this thing called Solid PDF Converter. Downloaded it with my Vooz. Okay. And my Solid PDF, let's go to recent. It don't have a recent. Let's open. Well, let's do this one. Nope, it don't want to do that one. That's a document I downloaded from the website of the California. Let's do this one. Nope. I tried to open up a similar document. That's why it don't like that. All right, let's do the power. No, not the notice of removal. We want to do the fee waiver. Fee waiver. Okay. Now, I want you to pay attention. This fee waiver is this fee waiver. I didn't tell you to minimize. Okay, this fee waiver is that fee waiver. To prove it to you, let's show you. Disrecord. Short form. So, we're going to convert this. Let's see. Where is my... I did it yesterday. Oh, this is my converter. So, convert to Word. And I click OK. And it says, well, I like to replace it. No. So it's canceled. It's documents fee waiver doc. So let me go to, we're going to close out solid PDF because it already converted it to Word. Okay, so we're going to open up this one. And then I'm going to go here. I'm going to try one more time. If not, I'll open it up from document. We're going to open up fee waiver. And because it didn't open up, it's still doing something, because that's why I can't click on this right away. It's still processing it. I don't want that fee waiver. I want this fee waiver. And you see the little Russian? That's because of the version of Microsoft I opened up. I did that. It got Russian and a couple other languages in it. Everybody needs. You guys know about that. Uh-oh, I opened up two of them. Don't want that one. Ladies and gentlemen, I want y'all to take a look at this fee waiver. That solid PDF converted. Normally, with documents that are PDFs, you can't alter them. I can do whatever I want, ladies and gentlemen, to this document now. I've taken control of it. Okay, I'm not going to save this. Document's already saved. There it is right there. She's gone, ladies and gentlemen. Tell her to come back. The other day I did that video and this song came on. Okay, my boy Hall, my other boy Oates. This was somebody on YouTube. They put together a mix. And so I was letting that play, and I talked about how this is my song. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's my radio or MP3 player on my cell phone. These are the songs that I listen to when I'm in my car. I don't use a radio anymore. I use my other cell phone. And for this phone, my brother just bought me a 128 gigabyte. That's right. 128 gigabyte mini SD card yesterday. It's a Christmas gift. Just kidding. Anyway, he has a friend who gets a discount. And I'm now starting to see that my brother and the other members of SATCOM get what I'm trying to do. It didn't dawn on me until last night when he was explaining something about one of the people that he wants to bring into the organization. And when he was explaining why this person would be of value to the organization, when he explained that, I could tell by his explanation that he knew what I was trying to do. So I'm going to stop being so hard on them because they were disappointing me. I was thinking they weren't getting it. But when he explained what he explained last night, I could tell he got it. And I sometimes, even though he's my brother and he knows me, he knows how I think, sometimes I think they don't know how I think. And that's irritating. But they understand. And that's all I wanted, was for them to understand. Just like all I want is for you guys to understand. Now I'm going to cut this video off. Sorry, I'm opening up the 28 gigabyte SD card so I can put it in my cell phone, so that I can have all my music on my cell phone. All of it, y'all. All of it. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, ladies, come on over to my place. Come in and go with me. It feels so good. It feels so right. Come on and go with me. Anyway, let's get right. He ain't talking about doing nothing but having the girl come on over and sip on some wine. Some hot chocolate is what he says. Alright? He wants some company. It depends on how warped your mind is if you want to read more into that. See, that was during the time when they used subliminal messaging. Alright, let's get back to this fee waiver. Not the fee waiver, the notice of removal. We're going to do that one more time so that you all will understand. I didn't put Illinois, I put Chicago. Notice of removal to Federal District Court. Okay, let's do this. This is the PDF showing what's required. Now I want you to pay attention, all of you. It says read this before attempting to open a civil case. Filing process, payment of fees, miscellaneous. Do not test or practice openly a civil case live database. No, not really interested. This is from the court, ladies and gentlemen. This is them explaining the rules, the requirements, showing you how to get on their so-called system, how to look up cases on their system. Okay, how to do it electronically. I've never seen this before. I know about it, but I've never seen it before, and I'm actually very glad and interested. Now I might actually do this. I might use this process. Okay, you don't have to be an attorney to do this. Alright, let's go back here. Notice of removal from Circuit Court of Cook County case. And let's see, who's this case with? Defendant Langer versus GME Group. Chancery. Actually, ladies and gentlemen, I pulled up a little bit more information than I did the first time. So let's go here, because I think this might be a... Yeah, see, that's the city of Chicago, and that's probably the eBay case. Okay, but I want to do this one. Citigroup Delaware Corporation, the Board of Trade for the City of Chicago Inc. And this is behalf of themselves and all of the similar. This is the plaintiffs. So this is what I'm looking for, ladies and gentlemen. You all may not understand what's going on here, so I'm going to explain this to you. You see this person, and this person? These are individuals. They're coming on behalf of themselves without an attorney. These are the plaintiffs. And this is the CME Group Incorporated. Okay? And they're suing the Board of Trade for the City of Chicago. So these individuals, the defendants, are doing a notice of removal. I want this. Do you know why I want this? I wanna. Anyway, Key Sweat. Ladies and gentlemen, the defendants hereby through their counsel, their undersigned counsel. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all don't get this. Y'all don't see what's going on. So I want to show y'all what they do and what I do. Okay? What they do and what I do. Dang it. I think this is it, but it may not be it. No, this is notice of lack of jurisdiction. Dang it. No, I have to look for it a different way. Let's do this one. The only problem is... Okay, I can do it this way. Look, I, the petitioner, in the capacity of grantor and actual party of interest, by and through I, the undersigned, do hereby henceforth, blah, blah, blah. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm only reading that to you for one reason. There's nothing important about that but this. The defendants, blah, blah, Board of Trade of Chicago, through their undersigned counsel, hereby file this notice of removal to remove this action, blah, 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 blah. Ladies and gentlemen, he copied and pasted this. This is a template. That's where I got all that language from, is from another document just like this, and this sitting pretty much, that was Georgia. It's pretty much saying the same thing. They have a template. They have a software on their computer that is from a particular company that deals with law, and they have these general templates. These attorneys are not typing up these documents. They're filling in the blanks. The same thing I do. I learned it from them. All right? So guess what I'm going to do with this? Uh-oh. Do y'all understand this song? Oh, God. You said you won't be my baby girl, and that's a fact. Don't you ever go nowhere. Sorry, my song. Lady, girl, I hope you do. You kiss and drive me crazy. My heart with you. You kiss and drive me crazy. Would you do that for me? Pretty lady. My song. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, that's what you all should know. And I should tell you that by now. Sometimes you're not able to copy, because this is what's going to happen. When you want to download something like this, it's going to give a stupid number, a name, and later you're not going to be able to find it. So you either do what I do, you highlight this, and you do Control-C or right-click and hit copy. Or sometimes it won't let you do that. So you go back, without you, girl, without losing my mind. And then you can't do the top one. I'll show you in a moment. Okay, you Control-C, shortcut, or you right-click. See, this is this one right here. Okay, the PDF. But it's the same thing. Okay, I would do the whole thing, this line right here. And to remove, in my heart. Okay, I do copy, and then I don't click on it again, I go forward. Takes less time, goes back to the same page. I click download, and then when I get up in here, now you don't have to leave this, but I'm going to leave that, and I'm going to do Control V as in Victor, and it just pastes it right there, and then I can save it. I don't need to save this, I've already saved it. Well, let's do it again. Oh, sorry. This symbol right here, that little right there, that little symbol right there, that's what won't let it. Uh-oh. It could handle that. I think it's this, but I just did it and it let me do it. Let's do that. Let's get rid of that and see what happens. Nope, that ain't it. So I can put my hyphen back. I think it's the quotation marks, ladies and gentlemen. I think it hates the quotation marks. Sometimes it don't like. Don't you ever go nowhere. I love you. Yes, I do. Really, 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 really love you. And no power on this earth can keep us apart. You're engraved in my heart. Now, I have 2 PDF viewers on my computer. Do you hear me, baby? I want you to hear the word I say. That's this document here. I'm going to right click. I'm going to go to open with. That means I love you, baby. That means I'm going to get you, baby. And don't you ever go nowhere. Kiss me, love me, squeeze me, hug me. And that means I'm going to get you, baby. Don't go nowhere. Wow, 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 wow. Now, right here, convert to Word, convert to Excel, convert to PowerPoint, convert to HTML, convert to text, extract data, extract images. Do anything that you want to do, but don't you ever go nowhere. Please, I don't want you to ever go nowhere, baby. Kiss and drive me, baby. All right. Now, yours won't be black in the background. That's mine because of the version of Windows I have and the way my system is set up. Now, you see, it's converting. Now, my other song, ladies and gentlemen, because it's on my phone. This is that creature, that skank, that Dionne Warwick, Mrs. I Deal with Witchcraft herself. Sorry, if you're into witchcraft, sorcery, magic, or any of that junk, sorry, my God says no. That means I have no respect for you. Because that means you're purposely ignoring him. And yes, she knows better, so shut it up. Ladies and gentlemen, I just converted this PDF. Guess what? Now I want you to pay attention. I want you to pay attention. File. Save as. And we're going to do desktop. Okay, on my desktop, I get rid of main because I don't need that. And I don't need Delaware. I do ILLINOSE. Oh, ISE? Don't know how to spell Illinois. Well, anyway, we're going to leave it that way. Yeah. Let's see. Foreclosure. Okay. Now, what did I just do? Well, I did that because I need to get rid of this. Okay, then we're going to bring that down a little bit because up here is where I'm going to put the address of the person. Okay, then what I'm going to do is okay, do you see what I did, ladies and gentlemen? I took a PDF on the internet that was already typed up by attorneys. Got case law, everything already in it, all the arguments already in it. Now I get to go in and I amend this to say what I needed to say. I keep that part there. I get rid of this part here because this is 8 pages. I'll have to go back. I don't care about that. I'll have to go back and get rid of the stuff that it doesn't need. But this is my document now. Do y'all understand? I get to do what I want to with this document because it becomes mine. Okay, that continued from previous page, I get rid of all that junk too because I don't need it. That right here, you see that right there, continued? I don't need that. Eventually I'll go back and I'll find all of that and I'll get rid of it. Okay? But this is me letting you know that now I can take care of the notice of removal. Why? Because now I can add in the information that's pertinent to the young lady's case. And I filed a notice of removal, but look, as I told you, their notice of removal just says notice of removal. Mine, hold on. And that's the thing about using documents like this. So what I'm going to do is, this is my girl Gladys. Uh-oh, can't do that type of notice of removal. I got to get rid of all that junk. Whew. Yeah, it still did the same thing. So I need to get away from here. So I'm going to have to go back here. If anyone should ever write. Now, how do I get this to go over here? Let's correct this spelling error. Okay, how do I get this? Because if I push the space bar, it doesn't work. What you have to do is you have to push the enter button, and now I can move it. Okay, that's right. I said the enter button, not the outer button, the enter button on your keyboard. Counterclaim, Jury. You must demand a jury trial. You got the counterclaim, and it has to be a claim, as I did on the other notice of removal. And let's get rid of this one too. Eventually I'll get rid of all of them, but for right now, I see it in front of me. I'll get rid of it now because I will reshape this whole document. Okay, but for right now, I'm telling you how you don't have to do a lot of typing. The only thing I have to do is edit. Notice of removal, counterclaim, jury trial demand. Now I got to go back to here. Like I said, how do I get this over there? I hit enter, and now I can move it. Okay. And now I'm going to put the, if anyone should ever write. Come on. Now go back, ladies and gentlemen, look at the notice of removal that I put on the internet for all of you to have as a sample. And guess what it does? That ever happened to me. Now the good thing about this, if you all will pay attention, is it gives me my subsection, subpart symbols. I like that. I need that. Now, what I don't need is that. So what I'm going to do is that. I don't need that, so I'm going to do is that. And I don't need, where you at? Let's do tab, 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 tab. Go back. I'd rather have these. Leaving on that midnight train to Georgia. Leaving on that midnight train. LA proved too much for the man. Gladys Knight and her pimps. She couldn't make it. So he's leaving a life he's come to know. He should have come to know more than that life. Said he's going back to find. You notice how I'm doing backspace and then I'm doing that? Because if I didn't, it would push everything out and it'd be out of line. So I got to do the backspace. Got to undo that. Got to go up. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do that, and then I'm going to push the case thing over, and then I'm going to get rid of this. I don't like these colons. Okay, these colons, that's stupid. I don't know what attorney thought to do that and whoever programmed their computer to do that, but they were stupid. Stupid, I say. So I'm going to unstupidize this document. Not shepherdize it, unstupidize it. You know, ladies and gentlemen, that's the other thing I'm going to suggest that none of you do. Because everybody who's tried has ended up understanding that it doesn't work. I cannot be manipulated or played through stupidity. There was a person whom I was in contact with. When I got out of the facility, I broke my neck to get back in touch with this person because I liked the person I came to meet. However, this person was going out of his way to try to help me legally, trying to make suggestions as to how I have handled my own legal matters, even questioning me. Did I do this? Did I do that? Did I do this? And I tried to explain to him, I've been doing this a while. I know what I need to be doing in court. So he's suggesting I tried things that I know for a fact doesn't work, that I already tried. And he got frustrated because I kept trying to tell him, thank you, I appreciate it very much, but I don't need that type of assistance from you. So one day I finally told the person, I said, you know what? When we first met, I appreciated the person I met because we talked about everything else but the law. I said, I talk about the law 24 hours a day. I don't want to talk about the law 24 hours a day. I'd rather you and I talk about the junk we used to talk about. We go back to that because that was what this friendship was based on. Person told me he loved me. I love it when grown men say they love you. Now, he wasn't saying he loved me in a sexual way. He was saying he loved me because that word means something to people. It means nothing to me. As in the Matrix, love is just a word. Ladies and gentlemen, when people say love, and I know they don't know who Jehovah is, then that word coming out of their mouth doesn't mean nothing to me. No, no, no. As Kevin Hart would say, no, 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 no. I'm going to explain it to you. And then this video is going to be over. We're going to go here. Why are we going here? Because I need this. Okay. I need that. Come on now. There are several versions of the Bible on here. We have the Holy Bible. We have the Living Bible. I like the Living Bible of William Tyndale. Let's do this. Let's go to the Living Bible. I like the Living Bible, y'all. And this is on the jw.org. They have several versions of the Bible. Oh, that's what I wanted to explain to you. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to explain to you about the languages. Let me see. Where is that language section? JW language application. Over 170 different languages. You'll find their publications in whole or in part. 170 different languages. Nobody does that. Nobody does that. 170 different languages. Now, look, we're here, and like I said, I was coming here because I want to show y'all something about the word love. Those of you who see where I'm going, you see I typed on 1 John, the 4th chapter. We're going to number 8. Now, let's bring this screen up so y'all can see this. So, the next time, like this song, I do love you, honest. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, this song is done by several groups, but this is Tierra, and I like this song. This is my song because I do love me. Now, why do I say that after I just said that people don't understand the meaning of that word? Because when I say it, it's not a word. Let's find out what I mean by it. This is the Apostle John. He was the last of the apostles to die. This is what he says. Dear friends, let us love each other because love is from God. And everyone who loves is born out of God. Excuse me, everyone who loves is born out of God and knows God. He who does not love never got to know God, because God is love. Now, I understand William Tyndale. I understand the Living Bible, and I understand that translation. However, that translation doesn't actually bring home. That's what I said. Bring home the point. So, let's go back. Let's do that again. Let's go. Now we're going to go to the New World Translation, the revised version, the so-called, this is a study edition. I like that. I ain't seen the study edition. Well, no, I got the study edition, not the reference edition. Really? Oh, yeah, I got to download that. See, it's got an audio. Got to download that. I ain't downloaded it yet. Yeah, this is, yeah. I need that. Okay, it's new, so it ain't complete yet. Study edition. We're gonna go with the revised version, but the study edition, oh yeah, we got some places to go, people to say, things to do, and things to know. Number 4. There we go. Now we search. Why don't you listen to me? Because I don't love you no more. Get off your knees, boy. Alright, let's do this. Beloved ones, let us continue loving one another, because love is from God. And everyone who loves has been born from God and knows God. Whoever does not love has not come to know God, because God is love. People use the word all the time. The word love simply means God. Jehovah. Jehovah is love. God is love. Let's look at the reference. Remember, that's what this is here for. This is the reference bar, letting us see the other scriptures that are associated with that. Jehovah was passing before him, declaring, Jehovah, Jehovah, God, merciful, compassionate, slow to anger, and abundant in loving kindness and truth. That was what Moses, when Moses asked him to show himself to him. Who is a God like you, pardoning error and passing over transgression of the remnant of his inheritance. He will not hold onto his anger forever, for he delights in loyal love. And then 1 John 4:19, same chapter we're in here. We love because he first loved us. Again, reference scripture. Backed up. Every scripture in the Bible is backed up by at least 3. That's how we know. That's why these are here. Okay, so you could reference. I clicked on it, it highlights it. I click on this one, it highlights it. I click on this one, I like the interaction. And it's free. Like I said, English, let's go on down. The different language, Chinese, Mandarin. Sorry, I like Mandarin Chinese only because it's the largest language in the world, which is going to be the world language pretty soon if people don't pay attention. No, I'm kidding. These are all the different languages that the Bible has been translated into in whole or in part by the group organization known as Jehovah's Witnesses. And they spend on printing costs for all the publications that they put out throughout this world over $1 billion a year. And they don't charge you for it. Think about it. They come to you and give you a brand new Bible that you will go to the store and pay $15, $20, $30 for free. And it's not made out of cheap material. Even the Watchtower and Awake. If you guys will pay attention, in the past, 1970s, the paper was horrible. Even for the Watchtower and Awake, they crumbled up after 5 or 10 years. There was no longevity. But now, the material that this publications paper made out of is made for durability. Durability. The publications are no longer cardboard backed, but they're vinyl. Again, durability. We also have to do like Burger King, McDonald's, and all the other companies. We have to scale back on some of the expense. So you don't have the gold trim on the Bible anymore. Yeah, that's right. The Bibles in the past had the gold trim around it that was made out of actual gold. Not no more. Why? Because it's not so much the quality as it is the quantity as it is the quality. So quality is still there, but it's the information inside that's the most important. All right. Well, this is how I do my research, ladies and gentlemen. This is how I prepare a document. And like I said, I've been up since 6:30. So that's 3 hours doing this video showing you how I do my research. And it will take me probably 2 days just to finish this motion for this young lady. Okay? It is not simple. It is not easy. People think you can just sit up here and write a motion because you write motions. No, I'm doing it this way because this is a motion filed in that court building. That means that the judges are used to seeing this motion because this is the way the attorneys in that court file their motions. Okay, I'm going to clean this up because it's got to be mine. I got to take something and make it my own. Nobody is doing it this way but us. So now let's get their attention and let them know that we're not just putting a motion in the court. We are filing a motion, and we're going to get their attention. They're going to pay attention to us. Do you know why they're going to pay attention to us? Because we're going to give them every reason to pay attention. Because we're going to bring up the points that they need to pay attention to. Okay? All right. Oh, by the way, right here, I got to do this, which means I got to do this. This is more of a shift and a colon. And what I do is I need to do this lowercase. We put the lower court case number here. Okay, so that they'll have a reference point. All right, ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen and ladies, ladies and gents, this video will simply be entitled How I Do Research. Notice of removal. Okay? All right, ladies and gentlemen, take care. Have a good day. Have a good night. Have a good everything. But whatever you do, whatever anybody cares to do, may it be good.